I'm Kenton Claremont, and you're listening to the Train to Hunt podcast. Dude, there he is. He's coming in. Come in. Get ready.
Troy, thanks for joining us. We're basically, we have listeners out there that number one are just completely like jaw drops that the men's teams champions are two dudes that teamed up over 50 and won the men's teams. Before we get too crazy into like your training and that kind of stuff, let's give the listeners a little bit of an idea about like where you come from, how you ended up here, where you grew up, that kind of stuff.
Well, I was born in Tucson, and I grew up on a small ranch, west Tucson. And we didn't have television and computers and all that stuff back then, so I was always running around outside. I mean, I would rather be outside than anywhere else. So that's just, you're born into it, I think, and wanting to be outside and doing things outside. I think it's just kind of a lifestyle and environmental. It's just environmental factors, I think.
Yeah.
For the most. And I've lived in Tucson pretty much all my life. Went to college in Tucson, and Tucson's my home. I like it. It offers everything that you can spend a lot of time outside. That's one reason I haven't moved anywhere else, I guess. It does get a little warm during the summer, but how to manage it. So I can't imagine living in any other place in Tucson, honestly.
Yeah, well, you don't spend 6 months out of the year in trying to stay warm like you do in the Northwest. Like in Tucson, the best months are the winter months.
Winters are great to train in, I'm telling you here. We get the best winter months here for training, so it's wonderful.
Yeah, it's kind of in my opinion, it's kind of a backward state, the Northwest. Like in the summertime, everybody in the Northwest, like kind of comes out of their hiding places and like absorbs as much sun as they can because they know it's short-lived. Whereas in Arizona, those summer months are really where people tend to, hibernate the most because it's the hottest. But the rest of the year, the other 9 months out of the year, it's like perfect weather. I mean, that's probably a lot of the reason. Well, it is the reason why people leave the snow and they go to Arizona during the winter months because it's just such a great place.
Well, when it's that hot, how do you actually do anything? How do you, when it's 108 degrees, how do you do anything? And, you live here, so you have to go to work. You have to go to the store. You can do it. You prepare, you hydrate. I take the cooler with me in the car. It's no different than if somebody, to me, I think if we were in December, somebody lives somewhere where you get stuck. With snow, how do you get to work? And you just go. You do it. You have tires on your car. You have a jacket. You have a coat. You have this stuff. You just do it.
Right.
It's environment.
Right. It just takes a little planning. You can pretty much make it in any kind of weather, including 112, 115 degree weather. So I agree 100%. So back to your decision to do teams this year, because you've done more than one Train to Hunt challenge. You and Drew both have done individuals in the past, and give us a little bit of an idea about how you guys decided, this is the year we're going to team up.
The first year I did it was at Usery in Arizona, and I was a co-ed team with Becky Niston.
Yep.
And I was just going to shoot the bow for about 3 years. Bow shooting is most people have been shooting bows since they were kids. It seems like they're saying that. I've just been shooting bows for about 3 years.
Yep.
And I was telling Becky, let's just go up and let's just do it for the workout. We just go for the workout. Doesn't matter what happens. We're just going to go for the workout. And we ended up doing so many burpees.
You got to work out right.
during that, and it was a lot of fun. And I was hooked, right off the bat. And then when we had the opportunity for our club to host the Arizona event, Darren and I were so excited about it. And we learned a lot from the Arizona Challenge in 2017, administering it. But we had kind of realized that we put a lot of energy, effort into this, that we didn't really have the energy to compete
Yeah.
on Saturday. So we learned how to do it a lot better and recruit a lot more help from our amazing club. And so we could perform. But Drew's on our club. Drew Schiff, my teammate.
Yep.
And then died. And he won the overall Arizona last year. He was in Masters, but he still won the overall. In 2017, the Arizona qualifier. He also did the same thing up in Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
The Colorado qualifier. And second in the national championship, and Drew can shoot, and he's got this motor that doesn't stop and just goes. And I was planning on doing an individual, and we were brainstorming who we could team Drew up because we wanted to have Drew have some success, and we're thinking we'll team him with Deb Seeloff, which I think he won the women last year.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a chance to win that, and then Drew was asking me. I said, well, if Drew wants to ask me to be his teammate, that's going to give me a really good chance because I don't think I could win individually. But I see what some of those competitors are like in that category. And to have somebody like Drew as your teammate, and I think he thought that gave him the best chance for a national championship too. And I guess we found the right combination to squeak it out. But I couldn't have done it without Drew and we're committed to it now. So
yeah,
it was. I think it just kind of fell into place and kind of naturally. So we both live in Tucson. So we don't get to train as often as we together as we would like to, but we get enough. But we get enough in.
Yeah, yeah, and that's my next question. How did you guys train? Like, did you guys get a lot of training together? Did you line him up? Because I know you're a trainer. You're a personal trainer. You train people for a living. Is that right?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, so did you line Drew up and just kind of say, hey, Drew, this is what this is what I would recommend. Hey, let's get together on these days. How did you guys? Because it does take some, it takes some trust and it takes some cooperation, and you got to know that your teammate's gonna pull their weight. And so, how did you guys work the training aspect leading up to the qualifiers?
The training is something that I really enjoy. Actually, there's no way I've spend my time. Yeah, it's something I really enjoy. I keep a frame with my sandbag mounted to it in the trunk of my car.
Yeah.
And another sandbag. And, when I go out I'm going to the archery range. I don't go out to the archery range just to shoot. I go out to the archery range to work out. We have a box, a 24-inch box, and you just have to find out how you flip it. So we can actually, when the challenges came out on the website last year for what the challenges were going to be for the qualifiers,
mm-hmm.
I wrote this down and I started doing challenges and set up a little deer target so I could do pretty much a train and then run with weight and do pretty much what the protocol was going to be for the challenges and train and do those things specifically for it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if everybody has the opportunity to do that kind of specific training, but it was very, very specific. A little bit of I don't know if it's complicated, if that's the word I want to use, but it presents more challenges because I'm a multi-sport athlete, and I've been riding track bikes for 2006, and I want to do train hunt, and I want to ride track bikes, and both those things run concurrently. So to do all of that in,
Yeah, it takes some dedication. You better love training.
I had to figure out a way to have that training complement each other.
Mm-hmm.
And, the secret to me was choices and committing to it. I don't hardly sit on my couch. I don't even watch TV. No wife, no girlfriend, no TV. So I can make all the choices that I want to make, that I think are going to at least give me success.
Yeah.
And I think nutrition is my magic bullet too. So that it's all aspects that come together. I think not just one. You do one, you're going to have some success. Yes, you do. A couple of things you can have success, but the more of the pieces you can put together, the more success you're going to have. And I managed to put a lot of the right pieces together this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's my next question. How much of your success would you credit nutrition versus just your physical training?
But people see me, and one of the first questions they ask me is, what kind of supplements do you take?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't take any supplements. There were some mornings, years ago, I'd wake up in the morning, the first thing I do, there's like 8 bottles of stuff lined up, a multivitamin, B complex, CoQ10, calcium, all this stuff, and honestly, I don't even know if I got any benefits from all that stuff. I haven't taken a supplement, not even a multivitamin, in years. And I rely completely on nutrition. Somebody asked me, well, do you eat paleo? Do you keto? And I say, my diet doesn't have a label. It's something that's nutrient dense, so I know it's sustainable. It's going to give me the nutrition that I want to have. And I eat about the same thing about the same time every day. And some days I'm so busy that I have to go out, leave the house, or be out of the office or something at 11:30. I know I'm not getting back until 1 o'clock or 1:30.
Yeah.
But I eat at 12:30. So I take my lunch with me, and sometimes I'm sitting in a parking lot. It's 12:30. Okay, I can stop at this parking lot and I eat my lunch in the 11th parking lot. So it's time for me to eat that.
Yeah.
You know, and I couldn't sustain this activity if it wasn't for the nutrition.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I think nutrition is my magic bullet.
Yeah, and I think that's actually the difference between good and great, right? You can be good if you have the right training, physical training, and a pretty decent diet, but you're never going to be great unless you can do both, right? I mean, that's just the fact. You're not going to reach your greatest potential without nutrition. That's just all there is to it. Like you can be good, you can be close, you can do 85%, of your potential, but you're never going to reach your full potential without the combination, like you said, putting the whole puzzle together. And I think that's a huge part. And along with that is also performance nutritional timing, right? Like you just mentioned. If you know that you're going to be, you need to perform at a certain level at a certain time, you need to know your body. And everybody's a little different. Some people might have to eat, an hour. Some people half hours. Some people might be able to, cram some quick burning carbs there in the last 20 minutes or so, and a combination of that. Do you have a specific formula that just works for Troy Pearson? I know that you're not saying this is what everybody should do, but do you have a particular formula that works for you?
Yeah, some people ask me, well, can you make a diet for me? I said, well, that takes some time for you and I to sit down, or for two people to sit down and talk. So I can tell you what I eat. It's pretty straightforward. A lot of the times, sometimes I'm leaving the house at 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't get back until 7 o'clock at night.
Mm-hmm.
Content is always real crucial to me too. So breakfast is very straightforward. So like a whole wheat English muffin with some cream cheese, a protein shake, and a banana and coffee.
Yep.
And I don't take a protein shake in a time again where I'm putting scoops in a blender. I get some that are already pre-made. I can keep them cold, and I just screw the cap off, and then I can throw a couple in my ice chest. My ice chest goes with me everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We have to.
I can throw a couple in my ice chest. I just screw the top off and drink them. So it's a little more expensive, yes, but it's time too, though. And then lunch is usually turkey or chicken salad, something like that. Whole wheat, some rice cakes or some wheat thins or Triscuits or something like that. Some whole grain crackers, usually not chips. And I eat a lot of strawberries, usually about 1.5, 2 cups of strawberries at lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Then pre-workout at the gym is usually a protein shake and a bottle of Gatorade, Powerade, or whatever at a bar.
Yep.
And usually like a ground turkey breast patty, some brown rice, broccoli, and I usually almost always have some dessert, a little ice cream, a little piece of cake, a little piece of pie or something.
Okay.
So I like dessert. So, and eating still should be fun, even though time is crucial and nutrition's cool. Is crucial for me too. I like that stuff, and I figure I burn enough calories and I can get away with it. And it's a pretty conservative portion for the most part.
Yeah. Well,
I'm in a big training cycle. If I feel like I need to, once or twice a month, I'll go out for a burger. I'll go out for something. I don't necessarily like the term cheat day, or you call it a cheat day, is when that kind of negative, because that makes you feel like the rest of your nutrition is a struggle and a challenge and something that you have to do. I prefer to live my body like that way because it gives me the energy that I need to sustain all the things that I want to do. It's fun for me.
Exactly. That's great.
Training in the heat hydration. Well, not even in the heat, but more so in the heat. Hydration is always cool. And that's, that's typically, water, and even more so in this climate.
Yeah.
Like my coolest with me. I leave the house in the morning with the coolest with me.
Yeah.
So I carry around a lunchbox.
Yep. So, Troy, tell me this. Let's back to so that we know how you train. We know kind of where you came from. We know you and Drew decided that the best thing to do was to team up because basically you were spending so much energy helping set up and that kind of stuff, and it happened to work out pretty dang good. It was such a memorable weekend for me anyway to watch you guys go out there and come away, beating all those young whippersnappers. But what was the most memorable part for you of the Nationals weekend? It was a pretty cool weekend, but what was the thing that sticks out in your mind?
Well, when you were saying what the challenges were, because we did the 6 challenges and then the meat pack.
Yeah.
Right after the everybody was anticipating the 3D right after the challenges and meat pack the next day, which was the format for the previous year.
Mm-hmm.
And there was kind of a big grumble. The meat pack was going to be right up at 3.2 miles, which is all uphill, which is long. And I looked at Drew and I was like, yeah, dude, that's what we wanted. Because I remember we were making the course in Arizona, and I think Ryan, when he was talking about, it's a little long, that's short. I'm telling you, the longer the better for us, man.
Yeah, yeah.
The stronger as we go. And I think we're pretty good. I don't know if it's just maturity or wisdom, but I think we're pretty good at dosing our effort. Because I think teams are going to go out way too fast. And that team Mountain Bills, those guys were so far ahead of everybody else on challenge. I said, we're not going to see these guys again.
Yeah.
And so we started the meat pack, and we passed one of the teams real early, and I could see one of the guys from Hammer and Pickle around the stand. I said, okay, we're going to catch them because we have 3.2 miles. We got a long way to go.
Yeah.
Around the corner, and everybody was resting. And I bent over and put my hands on my knees, and Drew came around me, he looked at me and winked, and I nodded, and we just went.
Yeah.
And the rest, we're going to go. So we get stronger as we go. So it seems I think it's a matter of learning how to dose your effort. And, I got about 40 minutes into the meat pack. I started feeling pretty darn good, actually.
Yeah. Well, I didn't. The one thing that was really one thing that it's hard to go unnoticed if you were there is that I think you guys were the last ones out the gate, right? Weren't you, off the challenge course?
We were the last. I went back and looked at times. We were the last ones in the heat to start the meat pack.
Yeah.
And I looked at the scores. I believe out of all the teams, because there were some teams in heat 2, I think.
Yep.
We had the slowest challenge time of everybody.
Yeah, I mean, but keep in mind you guys were stacked in there pretty tight. It's not like everybody was out the door and 10, 15 minutes later you guys were gone. But yeah, that's what I remember. Is you guys were like the last ones off the course, last ones to put your packs on, and up the mountain you went. And then when I got the call, hey, the first team just came across, and it's old bald guys. I'm like Troy and Drew beat everybody up the hill. That's bananas. That's crazy. Those guys were the last ones out the door. And I think. Go ahead.
We had a couple opportunities to practice, all the stuff over the boxes together. And what we were doing is we would just alternate every single rep. As soon as the other person came back over the box, we're handing the sandbag off. So you're doing 2 reps and resting on the person. So I think that helps us conserve the energy. I had my back to our teams when doing the challenges because I didn't want to see where they were at.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how they were splitting them up, but we were alternating. We found something that was very efficient because we did the same thing in Arizona. We alternated all the reps like that, and I think that in the long run helped conserve the energy that we needed for the meat pack. Even though we might have started out of the gate behind everybody, I think we did a better job of conserving energy.
And that's really what it came down to was who who's going to be the most efficient in the challenge course and save enough energy for the meet pack. And you guys obviously did a bang up job on that and ended up winning. And I mean, it's awesome to see that guys that would be normally, you know, competing in the Supermasters, 50 and over, they team up and they come out and they win, because I think there's a lot of people out there, Troy, that are intimidated for a number of reasons, but one of them obviously is, man, you know, I'm pretty old, and like, you know, maybe if I was younger, I'd get out here and do it. You know, that's for young guys. Like, I don't need to be packing that kind of weight around on my back or running around the mountain. What would you say to guys? My point is this: what would you say to guys that maybe have a bad excuse as to not come out and compete?
Well, I wouldn't even. It's to me, you know, we're talking about one of those memorable things. Last year, I didn't qualify to compete in the national championship, but I wanted to go because Drew was there, and Darren and I went, and we judged all the heats. And
Yep.
even though I wasn't competing, just seeing how people compete, people don't give up, and people persevere. And I judged a couple of events at the end, and a contestant, I don't remember if that's in Brian. I said, dude, you're gonna make it. I said, it doesn't matter where you finish. I said, as long as you finish. I said, you might feel like you want to quit right now, but you're gonna finish. You're gonna come back tonight, and tomorrow morning you're gonna wake up and you're gonna feel really, really good that you actually finished. And I saw him the next day before the 3D shoot. And I said, I was right, wasn't I? He said, you were right. and the thing about trying to hunt, the concept that you come up with is, I've been doing it for 3 years now, and it has changed my life, you know, in tangible ways that I can measure, you know, through athletic performance. You know, I'm leaner now, I'm more fit. I'm 61 years old now. I turned 51 last Saturday, and I'm probably more fit than I've been any time of my life.
Gosh, that's awesome.
And then also the intangible ways that change your character and personality that are in positive, immeasurable ways that it's something intangibly can't measure, but you know that they're there. And I'm not the only person that said that. That trying to change my life, and in positive ways. And so it's not about necessarily the competition, it's about competing in the event, being a part of it, being a part of the community. You know, everybody encourages each other, the sportsmanship, the ethics, the support that everybody gives everybody else. Everybody's cheering. You're cheering for people you're competing against. They're cheering for you. I mean, that to me is, it just doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. It feels like this always comes up in every conversation I have with anybody about train to hunt, and that is that, it is a competition, but it only kind of feels like it. Like in the end, it feels like just kind of a gathering of like-minded people that are there to, you know, to support each other and help each other get through what they need to get through. And in the end, everybody's just kind of has a smile on their face and they're helping, which really is the point. Like we're in this together. Like we're all in this together. Like fitness and health and is a battle that we're all in, and it can be a tough one. And for us to come together as a community, an archery/hunting community, and be able to gather in these spots, you know, a few times a year, and we're going to compete, but competition, you know, is bringing out the best in this community, which is exactly what I hope for. And people are walking away with maybe a different outlook on what a quote-unquote hunter's attitude is, and the typical hunter, and they're walking away with, you know, a good experience, and most importantly, a measuring stick on, like, okay, what do I need to get better at? Like, what do I need to shoot? You know, do I need to shoot more? Do I need to do more burpees? Do I need to do these other things more? So it warms my heart every time somebody brings it up. So, and I'm glad you did, is that, you know, it is a competition, and it is about, like, going out there and performing your best, and it's a good measuring stick. But in the end, no, I mean, it's not the biggest thing. It's kind of like going hunting, and, like, yeah, the point is to harvest an animal, is to go out there and kill an animal and get meat. Like, the point of this competition is to go out there and win, try and do your best. But in the end, if you don't, it's not that big of a deal. It's about the journey, you know. So cool.
So everything you've learned, and you know, there's going to be an opportunity for growth each time.
Absolutely.
Different types of growth. And anytime you have an opportunity for growth, I think you want to take advantage of it.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah. Exactly. That's perfect. That's perfect. And a good spot to end right there. So, Troy, I really appreciate it. I wish we could have got through on the phone, but you know what? I know it's funny because, you know, when you guys are together, it seems like he nods his head and you do most of the talking anyway. So I like it. I'm glad that I got you on the phone. I appreciate you. I appreciate everything you do for us, and I look forward to seeing you again next year, buddy.
The old bald guy 2.0 next year. We're already talking about it.
Right on. Well, hey.
Old bald guy 2.0, 2.4, older bald guys.
I love it. I love it. Just keep whipping them young boys. Keep whipping them. All right, sir. Well, hey, I appreciate it. You know, keep after. Where can these guys find you? Before we let you go, where can these guys find you? Like, can they find you on social media? Where can they, if they live in the Tucson area, where can they look you up and get some training from you?
My Facebook page, I'm pretty active on my Facebook page. I don't have Twitter or YouTube channel or anything like that. But my Facebook page, Troy J. Pearson, they can contact me through that. My schedule's getting really full because I work a lot. So,
okay.
But hopefully, I'll be doing some train to hunt specific things coming up here soon. So train to hunt specific.
Nice.
Even a lot. Which I have, maybe even having like a little train to hunt mini camp sometime during the winter at the Tucson Park Archery Range.
Nice.
And details will be forthcoming that you and I will have to work out.
Yep.
Something similar to that.
Nice.
And I'm already getting ready for next year. I still have some cycling coming up, but Saturday, or Thursday, we have a 3D shoot. So we set up 2 courses, and I said I'm going to do 1,000 step overs today.
Nice. I love it.
20-pound sandbag, and I did 20 sets of 50. I did 25 push-ups first and 20 sets of 50 step-ups throughout the day. So I ended up doing 1,000 step-overs with a 40-pound sandbag on my birthday. That's what I wanted to do. How do you want to spend your birthday? And that's how I wanted to spend it. So that's how I spent it.
You're an animal, man. You're an animal.
It was fun. I rested on Sunday.
Right on. Well, hey, if you guys are in the Tucson area, look him up. He's a good dude. He'll get you fit, and he's doing lots of cool things out there in Tucson. Troy, appreciate it. Have a good day, sir, and we'll talk again soon.
All right, Ken. Thank you.
You bet. Bye.